Today, let's delve deep into the realm of Poppy Playtime. The theory I've got for you today is simply mind-blowing. When I first read it, I was absolutely flabbergasted by the revelations it brought to light. Get ready to uncover the intriguing backstory of the most melancholic character, Huggy Wuggy, and how we, akin to puppets, are manipulated by the central antagonist of the Poppy Playtime game, Prototype. Yeah, it's a pretty audacious claim, but given the scant information we possess, it all seems to align. Stick around till the end, then drop a comment letting me know if I'm on target or not. So let's start from the beginning. Playtime Co. This company has been in existence since 1984, founded by Elliot Ludwig, producing children's toys such as kittens, robots, and the ever-beloved Huggy Wuggy. But then came a breakthrough. Poppy, a toy with enough intelligence to genuinely interact with children, but they didn't stop there. They developed a machine for automated toy production from a plethora of disparate parts. We quite literally witnessed this in the game. On the surface, the company appears commendable. They aid orphans organize toy drives, resulting in a surplus of boxes in the factory. They've garnered such popularity that they even conduct factory tours to showcase the manufacturing process of their cherished toys. To the public eye, they seem like a commendable, altruistic entity. However, that's merely one side of the coin. We're confronted with a classic scenario of a company projecting an admirable exterior while treating its employees abysmally and conducting cruel experiments on them. For instance, we observe employees lamenting over poor working conditions, all while being under surveillance. Both fear speaking out, evident from the multitude of monitors and the cautious conversation between two characters on one of the tapes.
Ought to be happy about it when manufacturing's on our necks about it, because we can't fight stupid Huggy boxes.
Rich.
But what's more appalling is the company's other invention, Grab Pack. Egregiously unsafe. It has led to a plethora of issues, as depicted in the video where they explicitly showcase heads being severed by robotic arms. They possess the potential to fatally harm a person despite the invention's purported benefits. Sure, the deaths of employees are tragic, right? But that's merely scratching the surface. The company shamelessly exploited individuals for inhumane experiments aimed at merging humans with toys. Allow me to elaborate further.
Experiment 1006. Prototype.
All of this we discern from two tapes. Initially, the screams in the background while the tape recorder remains safe. Individuals in the backdrop are in utter agony. And evidently they've all perished, as evidenced by the blood strewn throughout the facility, yet no bodies are in sight. Where could they be? That's the most chilling aspect. You'll uncover more shortly. By the way, in the distant initial chapter of the game, you can hack your way into a secret level where there's nothing particularly noteworthy except for one crucial detail. There's a level where we're enclosed within a room with someone desperately pounding on the door. I surmise these events stem from that very tape. Perhaps the creator intended to incorporate it into the second chapter, or considered including it in the first but had a change of heart. It all adds up. We find ourselves within a room with a table before us in safety while others endeavor to survive, falling prey to the toys. Moreover, we witness that this scientist, if my assumption holds true, could have made an escape through the closet, as demonstrated here, just as he had described in the recording.
I'm not worried about myself. One breakthrough and I'll be back.
Why fuss over the minor details when you can leisurely make your escape through the concealed passage? As we shuffle off this mortal coil, we're met with a handful of intriguing missives. Experiment 1006. Is he not a marvel to behold? The individual responsible for our revival appears to harbor some grievances against us. Upon closer inspection, these missives reveal layers of complexity and intrigue. Experiment 1006 suggests a meticulous system of categorization and experimentation, hinting at a broader scheme beyond our immediate understanding. Similarly, is he not a marvel to behold? Raises questions about the nature of the subject referred to. Is it a creation of awe-inspiring brilliance or something more sinister lurking beneath the surface? As we grapple with these enigmatic messages, it becomes evident that our journey is not merely a matter of chance, but part of a larger narrative orchestrated by unseen forces. The individual behind our revival seems to possess a personal vendetta, but what drives their animosity remains shrouded in mystery.
And she is the first truly intelligent doll in the world.
Crossing the threshold of death, we're greeted with additional communiques. It's not your time. These cryptic words serve as a reminder that our fate is intertwined with something greater than ourselves, a cosmic design that transcends the boundaries of mortal existence. The entity orchestrating our return from the abyss undoubtedly has designs for us, but what exactly could they entail? I've divulged nearly all the pertinent details needed to unravel the entire narrative, barring a few intricacies. When Huggy meets his demise, blood is spilled, unmistakably indicating that he's a living, breathing entity, not just a run-of-the-mill plaything. This implies that experiments on humans were, in fact, realized with a human seamlessly melded with the toy. As we make our escape from Huggy's clutches, we're confronted with a barrage of warnings. Don't flee, stand firm, and the chilling, forgive me, I hunger. And thus I'm poised to lay it all bare. Within the confines of Playtime Co., the minds behind the operation conceived a grand plan to attain immortality by merging a human being with a toy. This audacious scheme led to savage experiments being conducted on their own employees, including the very scientists who initiated the project. However, these scientists remained convinced that their objectives warranted such sacrifices.
In the name of science, whether those who are beneath us understand it or not.
Huggy Wuggy was one such unfortunate employee, transformed into a plaything, and he wasn't inherently malevolent from the outset. However, circumstances compelled him to resort to aggression, consuming his former comrades. Hence, we find no traces of bodies but are met with the sight of blood. Every vestige devoured, while the individual who metamorphosed into Huggy descended into madness over his actions and the lack of an exit strategy. Essentially, he's an ordinary person, coerced into donning a suit against his will, left with naught but the gnawing pangs of hunger. My heart genuinely aches for him. I never anticipated that this character would undergo such a tragic transformation, but you might question, why did he not attack us indiscriminately upon our initial intrusion into the building? The answer lies in plain sight. Poppy! An artificial savant, the pièce de résistance of the company's inventions, yet harboring a latent danger. She's securely ensconced within a box to forestall further mischief, yet somehow managing to pull off a few feats. Firstly, she's pulling the strings behind Huggy, hence his willingness to lend us assistance in delving deeper into the premises, furnishing us with a key, only springing into action when we must traverse the ventilation shafts precisely where Poppy awaits. This plaything has attained the eternal life she desired, and the query that initially vexed me in this theory is now patently obvious. Who dispatched the missive to us? For if it's the company's surviving employees, then how did they dispatch it via mail? The answer is as clear as day. Poppy, she orchestrated it, penning that the employees are alive. Locating the flower would provide answers. That's all she wrote. We reach the flower. Liberate her. Huzzah! Mission accomplished! And to reach this flower, we must play along with Huggy, who guides us stealthily without arousing suspicion, just trailing us like a specter in the night. If that's the case, it elucidates the motives of this particular plaything, for why has she been terrorizing us every step of the way? To achieve a specific end. Why did she refrain from attacking us earlier? She strikes at the opportune moment, precisely when we must proceed directly through the ventilation shafts, denying us the chance to deviate, and all this rigmarole is necessary for the main character to reach Poppy. You and I are mere puppets in her elaborate charade. Ironically enough, the game bears the title Poppy Playtime. Thus, even in its nomenclature, it is evident that Poppy will be manipulating us like marionettes.